Hey everybody, it's a little bit chilly out here today. It's going to be 36 tonight, and of course last night it got down to 34 and I was really worried. They didn't give me frost warning, so I didn't cover anything up, and lo and behold, I made it. Everything, all my tomato plants, pepper plants, everything, they made it just fine, which is great. But I wanted to make a video about some more things that you can incorporate into your garden to make sure that it is successful. And that's various fungicides and insecticides and fertilizers. I know that Kim and Leanne, they really like my videos, and I'm glad because I'm wanting to give back to the community, and it does a lot for me. Inside I really like helping people. But if you want to go organic and you want to kill some bugs, there's some things you can do. Obviously, one of them is going to be called it's neem concentrate, and it's only going to kill certain kinds of bugs. This is actually 3 products in one. It's an insecticide, fungicide, and miticide for organic gardening. I've used it. In the past I wasn't much on organic gardening, so I would use the harsh chemicals. I'd really create havoc on the pest when they showed up with something like this. You won't find this anymore, but any of the farmers out there, they know exactly what this is and they remember it. This is called Dursban, and this was some bad stuff. Every time there's something that works really well for pests, they take it off the market and say that it's harmful, cause cancer or whatever, and this was one of them. But I've still got some of it left, and every once in a while, in the past, when the bugs would get out of hand, I call it the nuclear option. I would hit them with some of this Dursban, and of course, it would be a shock and awe campaign in my garden. And I think you can see Jude in the background. She's trying to pick up a very large piece of wood. Anyway, here's one that I think I got it at the place over in Muscle Shoals that just opened up. They got, there was a knockoff to Tractor Supply. But this is Organicide is what it's called. And it is an insecticide and fungicide for organic production. It kills up to 25 problem insects, including spider mites, aphids, thrips, cinch bugs, whiteflies, mealybugs, and scale insects. And it controls 4 major diseases. It's safe. I'm gonna try it out this year. Now, when you have some problems show up, let's say you've got some foliage issues. Maybe you've got a plant that's been hit with like southern blight or something like that. Like on your tomatoes, early blight or southern blight. What you want is a real good fungicide, and I've got 2 here today. One is it's called Mancozeb. It's a broad spectrum Mancozeb fungicide, and you can use it on fruits, vegetables, and ornamental lawns, and it controls brown patch, daughter spot, melting out, copper spot, slime mold, pythium blight, rust, snow mold, pink patch, leaf spot, botrytis blight, anthracnose, black spot, petal blight, black rot, fruit rot, downy mildew, early and late blight. That covers a lot of different things. Here's another one, this copper fungicide, and it controls powdery mildew, black spot, and rust. When you have adult squash plants, there's, later in the season, especially when it gets real humid, your leaves will start to turn white. And what that is powdery mildew. And this controls that. It will help you extend the growing season. And there's also another thing that, Auburn University won't tell you this, but I'm telling you right now it works. You can spray milk on the leaves, and because of the lactose in it, it will kill the powdery mildew. Again, you won't get that from Auburn University, but you will get it from me because it does work, and it's completely organic. So you got that. And on tomatoes, peppers, watermelons, stuff like that. You know, if you see a black spot on the bottom of the fruit, the bottom of the fruit is the last part of the fruit to form. And if you see a black spot on it, it's caused by a calcium deficiency. You know, I've talked about it before. The general cause is due to inconsistent watering. You know, maybe you're growing in the ground and you know, you're letting Mother Nature water your plants, and it'll come a drought for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden it comes a torrential downpour and rains, you know, 2 to 3 inches. Well, guess what? About 2 weeks after that, you better get ready, because there's going to be some blossom end rot show up on your tomatoes and stuff. This is blossom end rot spray. I know you've seen it probably, and it's for use on tomatoes, cucumbers, melons, and peppers, and it helps correct calcium deficiency. I think I've used it one time, but that was before I had my soil composition corrected. Now I don't have to worry about it. You know, I've got friends that, my friend at work told me this last year that he lost 50% of his tomatoes due to blossom end rot. And, you know, the problem is in his soil. Well, you know, I probably grow about 1,000 tomatoes each year, and last year I didn't have any. There was no blossom end rot, and it's because of the soil composition that I have. And, you know, if anybody wants to know what my soil composition is in my raised beds and large containers, I'll gladly share it with you. That's some of the things that I wanted to cover, and there's also, I wanted to point out some more fertilizer. You know, I think I covered this a while back. It was blood meal. You know, it's 12% nitrogen, and it's that's it. I mean, it doesn't have any potassium or phosphorus in it. And, you know, it's a dried up blood from something, I guess from pigs or cows or something that they slaughter. But what you need to know is, if you sprinkle this stuff out in your garden and you got a dog, they can smell that blood, and they're gonna eat every bit of it probably, because my dog does. I have to watch how I use it. I use it on my fully enclosed garden, my main raised bed, and that way she can't get to it. And also there's one right here. I don't believe I covered this a while back. I may have, but if I have already, I'm sorry. It's made by Alaska. It is a fish fertilizer, and it's completely organic. Won't burn your plants, and the NPK, or nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium values are 5, 1, and 1, and that's perfect. And it's water soluble. I mean, it's a liquid. It's a concentrate, and you can, these large capillary action planters I got out back, I can add this straight to the water reservoir, and the roots, because of the capillary action, you know, they'll get the fertilization. They get the nutrients that they need, and I'm going to try to use this quite a bit later on. You know, the fertilizer that I incorporated when I actually put the plants in, you know, it may play out after maybe about 2 months. I don't know, but if it looks like there's a deficiency, I'm going to add this to the water reservoir, and it's going to pick right back up again and take off, and it's going to be doing really, really well. And I wanted to say something else about gardening. You know, a few weeks back I made a video about the large tomato plants at Walmart. They were $12.97, and that there would be no way I would ever pay that for a plant. And you know, I do the cheap way, but also you need to understand something. You're not going to get $13 worth of tomatoes off any plant. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. So these people that go out and buy these large plants, you're wasting your money. You know, because you're not going to get your money back on the tomato harvest. And also, my small plants, about that tall, you know, they're going to catch up with yours really, really fast, because plants grow in the nighttime. They grow at night, and it's still cool. You know, it's going to be 36 tonight. These large plants that you're buying and setting out, they're just going to sit there and just not really grow much at all. But once the soil temperature gets above 60 degrees at night, there's going to be a lot of growth, and they're going to take off. So I just wanted to mention that, and I wanted to reiterate that buying those large plants, it's not the best way to go. It's just you're wasting your money, and I'm trying to help you out, and I hope you understand that. But anyway, that's my video today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and come back. There's going to be some more. Thank you.